Okay, this is my first day bringing these two dogs in for training. They've only been here for maybe a couple of hours, if that. I've trained them before, so they do have some prior training. But the main reason I wanted to do this short video was to talk about your role as an owner over multiple dogs. Whether you have one dog or whether you have 3 or 4 dogs, it'll make your life that much easier if you follow these steps that I'm about to discuss with you. As you can see, all these dogs are on a leash. Okay, my dog even is on a leash, and even though my dog is really well trained and he's really good with dogs, I just want to have that extra caution. I want to keep everybody safe. I want to keep all the dogs safe, and that's just my insurance. Okay, so these dogs are also on a leash, and even though these dogs are also good with dogs, they get along with my dog, and they get along with each other. They're again, it's just a precaution for me. As you can see, as you can tell from this video, all 3 dogs are very, very calm. This is a small room, and you know, they're very, very calm. He's in his place, and these 2 in their kennel. One of the biggest problems that I hear about from my clients is that their dogs, you know, don't have any manners. They'll fight, they'll wrestle, they'll play rough in the house, and they can be kind of disrespectful. And that can be very easily alleviated by just following a few simple steps. Number one step that you have to follow, whether you have one dog or multiple dogs, is you have to be in control 100%, at least 90% of the times in control. Okay, and what I mean by that is I decide how my dogs interact. I am in charge, and I will control how they interact, when they interact, and that's just the way it is. I'm going to be the most important member of the family in my dog's eyes. Okay, now if you have, obviously if you're married and you have kids, you want the same thing. You want the dogs to be at the bottom of the hierarchy chain. And that sounds a little bit, rough, and it sounds a little bit cruel even to some people, I'm sure it does. But your dogs and you will be the happiest when you are in charge. And what do I mean by being in charge? I mean you control every aspect of your dog's life. You control when they eat, you control when they drink, you control when they go to their bed, you control when they go for a walk, you control who goes out first, who goes out second, or who goes out last. Okay, and that's how you avoid these problems. That's how you avoid dogs fighting with each other. That's how you avoid dogs playing too rough in front of you. That's how you avoid dogs playing too rough with you or your kids. And it's a very, very simple formula. You're in charge. If I'm the most important person in these dogs' lives, I know that they're not going to get too rough with each other, because they know and I know that I control the environment 100%. Okay, like I said, these guys just came here today. I trained them for 2 weeks, about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't remember. So they were with me for 2 weeks back then. 2 weeks went by. They were with their families. Their families did a really good job, and you know, now it's just the transition is just that much easier. But you know, having boundaries for your dogs, like the place or the kennel, are very, very useful, because they cannot be in their place or their kennel and misbehave at the same time. I can get these dogs to come out and interact, and that's perfectly fine. They get along just fine. But I control that as well. I control when they do it and how they do it. Okay? I know it sounds a little bit barbaric to some of you out there, but you have to. You have to absolutely control. You have to be, in their eyes, you have to be God. You have to be you know, the person or the one being that controls everything. and they'll be much happier, and you'll be much happier, and you'll avoid a lot of problems, a lot of behavior problems that